My name is Eboni Harris. I'm a relationship therapist in Houston, Texas, and host of Room for Relations, Sex and Relationship Podcast. This is my daily scope where I will be discussing all the tips and tricks to help your relationship, as well as your sex lives, dating, all of those things. Those are the topics I'll be talking about. So today I'm talking about the art of an apology. When we're in relationships or situationships or whatever, apologies can kind of turn into like just a normal thing. Like we tend to just to apologize sometimes. Sometimes it's to stop a conversation. We don't want it to escalate. We don't really know what we did wrong, but we know this is the quickest way to kind of move past something. And so then it becomes less effective at that point. If you are just apologizing just to apologize, then people will not take you seriously anymore. And they just feel like you're just saying something that doesn't mean anything. I wanted to go through a list of the apology languages. So Gary Chapman, who is the same person who wrote the love languages, talked about apology languages and how each person may accept apologies differently. Like they may need certain aspects for you to feel that you can forgive someone. So I'm going to go through those. And in my experience, the best way, especially when it's a bigger offense, I'm not saying that you relate or something like that, but if it's a bigger offense or something that's been recurring often, it's probably best to kind of incorporate all 5 of those. And so I'm going to go through my list of how to create a perfect apology. So the first step is accepting responsibility. Accepting responsibility is basically saying that you accept the fact that you did something that the other person did not find okay, that you did something that they had an issue with. Step 2 is expressing regret. And so it's kind of like, well, isn't that the same thing? Not really. Accepting responsibility is saying I did it. Expressing regret is saying that I am sorry that I did it. It is saying that you actually regret what you did. I can say that, yes, I did that without feeling like I did anything wrong. So expressing regret is a way of saying like, yes, this is something, this is an issue. I made a mistake. It caused problems and I am regretful of that decision. So step 1, accept responsibility, then express regret. This is probably the biggest one for a lot of people. And again, these are 5 different languages. I'm just saying if you put them all together, it will make like the epic apology. But 3 is expressing a desire to change. So expressing a desire to change. If you can show that you really want to be different or that you don't want that situation to happen again and that you're going to make these steps to make sure it doesn't happen again, that will help your significant other kind of move forward and help you in being able to get that forgiveness from them. A lot of times people, will say, well, your words mean nothing. I need to see action. So if you're telling me like, this is what I plan to do in the future to make sure this doesn't happen, this is how I will make sure that you don't feel that way again, then that helps me understand that you really understand what's happening and that you are trying to change it or would like to change it. This does not work if this is something that you say all the time. But again, this is like you are saying, these are the steps I'm going to take in the future. I am going to make sure I show you that I do want to change and I do want to make some things a little bit different. The 4th one is to make restitution. This means you have to do something that the other person needs in order to feel like they can forgive you. This is different for everybody. Some people are okay with you saying, I apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I won't do it again. That may be restitution from them. Some people may need a little bit more. Some people might say, well, I need you to treat me to dinner, or I need you to come spend time with me this day, or I need you to show me that you're prioritizing me and my needs, or things like that. It's different for each person. So just making restitution, it's okay to ask that person, what do you need from me in order to forgive me? What do you need me to do? If they say nothing, if they say, I don't need anything, then you just have to move on. Don't try to buy and do and do and do, and that's not what they're saying they need. If they're saying, I don't need anything, don't do anything. Say, okay, well, I just want to make sure that we're moving forward. I want to make sure that we're okay. If they say, I need you to show me, don't take that as a sign as I need you to go buy me a purse. That happens. People mess up. you say, I need you to show me in this manner, and then they think, oh, I'll just buy a gift and it'll be okay. While that works sometimes, a lot of times if you're not doing what I asked you to do, if I'm telling you directly that this is what I need from you and you aren't doing it, then it's not gonna, that gift means nothing. It's cute, it's nice, thank you for thinking of me, but that's not what I need at this moment. I needed you to do whatever I was asking you to do. I needed you to come home on time for the rest of the week, or whatever was being requested. So when you are making restitution, you have to do what that person is requesting of you. The last one is to ask for forgiveness. So at that point, you should ask directly, what do you need me to do? Do you forgive me? I'm sorry, that's what I'm going to say. At that point, step 5 is to ask directly, do you forgive me? Are we okay? Can we move forward? That kind of puts you in a place of knowing where you stand. You know, does that mean they're going to immediately be okay and not be upset and be fine? No, they may still kind of feel some type of way. They may still have some feelings about it. But if they're saying, yes, I forgive you, I just need a minute, then let it go. They forgive you. They have said that. They just need to kind of get themselves together, whatever that means for that person. I am a big believer in each person taking personal responsibility. If I ask you directly, do you forgive me? And you say yes, we're done. We're moving forward. I'm not saying that we forget. Nobody said, and I think some people struggle with that, with what is forgiveness, and maybe that's something I'll talk about later this week. People struggle with what forgiveness is, and they think that if I say that I forgive you, that means that I'm condoning your behavior. I'm saying that it's okay, or that I'm going to forget it. No, saying you forgive someone is just saying that I am going to let go of whatever feelings I felt in that moment, and I'm going to trust that you're not going to do it again. I am going to I understand that maybe that was not your intention, or I understand that you do not have any intention of doing it in the future. So ask for forgiveness, and the making restitutions, that is up to the other person at that point to let you know exactly how they feel. They have to say, well, no, I'm not ready for that. I'll let you know when I feel like I can forgive you. Or they have to let you know, what they feel restitutions are. What do they feel they need to have done in order to move past the event? So again, it's 5 things. I'm going to go through them one more time. The first one is accepting responsibility. The second one is to express regret in your behavior. The third one is to express a desire to change. Number 4 is making restitution. And number 5 is asking for forgiveness. So if you do all 5 of those things, and in that order, you will have a really good apology. And it's kind of hard to kind of not appreciate somebody putting so much effort into that apology, not putting so much thought into, like, look, I really want you to understand how sorry I am and how bad I feel about this. So let me make sure I address all of these things. So that way and if people have different languages, you'll touch their language if you hit all of those. I probably am one that I need to say it out loud. I need to kind of discuss it, and I need you to say it out loud. So if you say it out loud and you say you express regret, you've hit my my apology language. So hitting all 5 of them will kind of hit everyone in their apology languages. So again, those are the apology languages. They're written by Gary Chapman, who wrote the love languages as well. So it's individual. Each person needs something different. When they feel like they've been slighted or that you've wronged them, they all need something different. And so it's important to kind of know what these different languages are and how can you incorporate them into your relationship. And if you touch on all 5 of them, then you don't have to worry about that. They're going to feel that you have done right by them or have tried to give them some type of a true apology. That is the art of the apology. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. If you have any questions or anything, you can always check me out at eboniharris.com. I have a little contact form on there where you can find me. If you want to send me an email, the best way is through roomforrelations@gmail.com. That is my podcast email. Again, my name is Eboni Harris. I'm a relationship therapist in Houston, Texas, and I'm also the host of Room for Relations, Sex and Relationship Podcast. Make sure you listen to that. Bye.